Hi! So I've been super excited to make this video for you. Today we're going to be talking about my 2023 book journal, and we're going to be doing a 6-month flip through and with full explanation. Obviously, I'm going to explain everything in there to you. There's so much that I have done in here since our 3-month flip through, and if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check it out somewhere on the screen right now. It's also in the description if you like, check that out. But it's kind of cool to have both of these videos, I feel like, because I can see like where I started, where I'm coming from, all that. I also have a setup video on how I set everything up at the beginning of the year, so that's also in the description and hopefully on the screen as well right now. So I'm super excited. I don't have much more to say. I just want to show everything off to you, so I'm gonna switch the camera and let you look at my book journal. All right, here we are with the book journal, and let's get right into it. Not gonna waste time talking too much. This is my cover page. It's nothing crazy. I just put some stickers down. Then we go right into my TBRs. So here is January's and February. And as I was looking at these, I was thinking I might do like a little tally at the bottom of each page to say how many I actually got. So I am gonna probably add that. April's, May. I just love how creative I was able to get with these this year. They're just so cute, and I'm sure next year I will get even more creative with them, but it's so cool to see like where I started and where I am now with it. So July, we're not fully done with July yet, so I haven't done my checks yet. This was July's, and then I just left a bunch of blank pages for the rest of my TBRs. And then we have, see, this is where it ends, that's how I know. Then we have my 5-star reads of 2023, and I've actually already filled the whole page, which is so exciting. This one I just got finished with it a couple of days ago, so I actually just filled that up, and then we're gonna be going on to this page. So that's really, really cool. I've got 21 total so far. Then we come to my favorite books by the month. So every month I pick my favorite book and it goes in here, and I've got a favorite character and then a favorite quote on all of them. So January, February, March, April, and May and June. And I did not get a quote yet from this book, but I will. And then obviously we'll have July's, but July is not quite over yet. And the rest of these pages is for that, and then we go right into my month breakdowns. Now I see everyone with their like cover pages where they organize these by month, and I'm thinking next year I might do that, but for this year we have it just like this, so we have the whole year laid out for each individual like type of thing that I'm doing pretty much. So here's January's. I'm not going to talk too much about this, but this is my stats right here. So I keep a little stats page. This has gotten better as I go along here. Like if you look at this month, it's smaller and it just fits better. So that one was a little big, but that was my first one. So I won't talk anymore. I'll just kind of flip through now. Month breakdowns because you get to just really see exactly what you've read, and you just get to like visualize. This right here I want to talk about because this was my monster month. This is the biggest month that I had so far this year, and I read a total of 16 books this month, in the month of May, and then I went into a deep reading slump after this. So I would not suggest reading that many books in one month, but I still managed to read 8 books in June in my reading slump, so it wasn't that bad. But if you check out my stats, I only actually physically read 1 book, and all of the rest I did audiobooks, so I was really over reading words in front of me this month. These are just prepping for July's here. Then these are all left for the rest of July. And I've got my shelves here. So let's start with this shelf. This shelf on this side is books that I bought or found. So if I find them in a little free library, they go in here. And obviously if I buy any throughout the year that I do not buy at the library book sale, they are going all in here. So this is just a good way to have all of my books in front of my face so I know what I have and I can see it right here and then check them off as I read them. So I actually just checked this one off the other day, and it's the first one on the shelf. It's the Inheritance Games. So it's super super excited about that. Pretty soon I will be checking off Magnolia Parks because I'm in the process of reading that right now. Also make sure you look out for that video because it'll be a little vlog. I'm going to be reading the whole Magnolia Parks series on a little vlog for you, so just be excited about that in the future. Then this shelf over here is my books that I buy at the first library book sale, which is in January, and then I'm gonna make another page for the books that I buy at the second library book sale, which is in August. So that's coming up here very soon. So make sure you check back for that video as well, because I'll be making a video about like a book haul and going to the actual book sale itself. So I'm very excited about that. So as you can see, I've done a pretty good job of already reading 2 books off of this shelf. So that's really cool. And I just love having this in my journal because, like I said, it helps me keep track of what I've got and helps me be able to just kind of get a visual of checking them off when I do actually read them. This one here is another one of my favorite pages. This is all of the books that I've read in 2023, and if I have listened to them, they are pink on audio, and if I have read them physically, they are this grayish, bluish, whatever you want to call that color. And so that's just all of them, and actually I have read a couple more that I need to add in here. So that's everything, and if I have half listened, half read, they look like this over here and over here. So I've done that a couple times this year for the first time, so that was really cool. So yeah, I'm really excited to be able to see this whole thing in front of me whenever I get done with it this year. I didn't do this last year, so that might be why it's my favorite. And then on the last page here, I have a little spot that says audio is in the pink, physical is in this color, and then my total read, once I get a whole count, it's gonna go there at the end of the year. And then we have my what I read tracker, library or own books, and this is by month. So each month I come in here, the gold color is from the library, the gray is books that I've actually owned. So my goal was to read at least 2 books a month that I own, and the rest maybe from the library, because I am a big library fan. I take out a lot of library books. So in June was the first month that I did not read any that I owned, and that was because I only read 1 physical book and I was not feeling reading. So I know July will be better, but so far these are my stats, and I have reached the goal every other month but June. So I'm pretty happy with that. And even in February, I read 6 of my owned books. So that was really cool. This is my star tracker. I don't love how this page came out, but it's here, and I just put in, you know, every month which book was a 5-star, which book was a 4-star, 3, 2, 1, yada yada. So, and then I just fill it up, but I feel like I'm gonna totally run out of space. So as you can see, I give books a lot of 4 stars more than anything else. So that's that. And then I have my author tracking page. I also love this page. I was really trying to like boggle my mind on how I was going to track for authors this year in like a really aesthetically pleasing way. So far I've only filled 3 of these, but I really need to get in here and update this because I know I have more I need to add in here. But this helps me keep track of the authors that I read a lot of their books. So the Shatter Me series, I've read 4 of them so far this year. So that's their shelf. And then the Jenny Han's book, she has 2 series, and I read all of those this year, so she has her own shelf. And then this one's just 2 different series, same situation. And I really need to update this, but so I really love how this is set up, and I can't wait to see it all filled up at the end of the year. Then there's my series tracker. I love looking at my series tracker. It helps me keep on track so well, and it gives me motivation to continue reading series. So I finished The Summer I Turned Pretty, finished All the Boys I Loved, started Inheritance Games, started my Contrary Mary series. It's really just called the Mary series, but I just call it by the first book. Then obviously I have a picture that relates to each series next to it, so do that, and then other little decorations. I haven't really decorated the other pages yet, but I will get to that eventually. Then I've got my Rokesby's series, which this is a branch off of the Bridgertons. There are some Bridgertons in this one. The first one is about Miss Bridgerton. Second one was so good, and I can't wait to continue reading this series. I can't wait to finish it. So yeah, I've already read 2, and then Beartown I started. I don't love it though, so I don't know if I'm gonna continue it or what. Then I've got Twilight. I'm doing a reread, so I already reread, and I'm also annotating each one that I reread, so that's taking me a good amount of time, but I already started the first one, and it was so much fun, so I'm gonna try to finish this up by the end of the year, but we will see how many I actually read. And then I started the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and that was so good, and I can't wait to read the next one. And I love this picture. I love this picture too that I found for both of those series. And then I've got the Crank series. I started this one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish it. I didn't love it. It was 3 stars. I just don't know. Then I started the Mind series, and I've like raced through that because it's so good, and it leaves you on cliffhangers and you have to figure out what's going on. And then I love this little picture I found to go with it. So I've only got 1 more left, and then that series will be done with. The rest of these are just for more series that I start. Then I've got my blind TBR page here that is like so much more filled than it used to be. And I've read already 6 of these, which is insane. I'm so proud of this. Well, actually I DNF'd 1, sorry. And then I read 4 or 5, oh my gosh, I can't speak, 5 of these, and this one I haven't even started yet, even though we're almost done with July. But that's okay, that's all right. At least it gives me another one to read. But yeah, go check these videos out if you want to see a vlog style video and review of all these books, because I have those on my page. And then I have the alphabet challenge. This is cool. I did this last year. I did not get every single letter last year, and this year I'm almost even done with it at this point. I've got 5, I think, yeah, 5 more letters left to complete. So I've got J, K, Q, X, and Z. I actually just got Y the other day with You Weren't Watching, and I was so excited about that. So I've got to find these other letters and read them before the end of the year, because I really want to say that I have done this challenge in at least 1 year of my life. Then I have, this is a new page I added this year, new words that I'm learning this year. So I've already filled 1 whole page with this, which is really cool, and then I'm hoping to get some more on this page by the end of the year, which since we're halfway done, I should definitely be able to fill that one. Then I've got my favorite reads of 2023. So this is cool. This is something I saw other YouTubers doing, and you take your favorite book of each month, you put them in these little things, and then you choose from those 2 which one was your favorite, and I put it over here. Obviously I'm gonna run out of room here. I'm gonna try to squeeze them all in. And so I've picked for these 3 so far, and obviously I don't have July or the rest of the year, but so far these are my top 3, and then you kind of choose from there, 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 and then you end up with a favorite of the entire year. So I'm really excited to see how this pans out and which one is gonna be my favorite of the year, but so far these 3 are the ones that are in the running. And out of those, I don't know. I don't know if I could tell you which one is my favorite. I really just don't. I don't know. Then I've got my blind TBR page, and this has been so fun. I'm so glad that I did this year. I have yet to read even this one, and then I have this one for July, which I don't have the picture of yet. But yeah, I've read all of these ones here that have their star rating. So I've read 5 of them so far, and then when I read them, I highlight them over here on this little shelf. And it's just been really fun keeping up with these, and I've also made little vlog style videos of each one of these, so go check those out as well. Then we keep going. This is another one of my favorite pages. So fun little side note, when I started this channel, I started it to be able to get ARCs. That was my whole goal in doing this. I also wanted to kind of just keep up with my own progress and have videos of it. So this was the reason I started all this, was to do ARCs. And last year I only did 2, and this year I have done so many I had to even add this extra page. So I've done everything that has a star rating and is highlighted, I've read. And then these other ones here, like that have a date and no stars, I have not yet read. So these 3 I have yet to read. But all of these other ones have been completed. I've read all of them, and they were just like, most of them were really, really, really good. I think this was my 5-star one, and this was my 5-star one by the same author. Surprise, surprise. So if you have not read those books, go check them out. They were my favorite of the year for actually some of my favorites of the year, yeah, because they were 2 5-star books. So go check those out. The author is Stephanie Hazeltine, I want to say. Hazelton, maybe? Hazeltine? I don't know. But yeah, go check out Wild Baby Soups. I know that that's out, and I believe You Weren't Watching already just came out. But this is a follow-up to this one, so go read those. Also, this was a 4-star. This was a 4-star. this is a 4-star, this is a 4-star, this is a 4-star, this is a 4-star. Everyone gets 4 stars. These are my only 2 that were less than 4 stars so far. So this has been so fun, and I'm so excited I got to do so many arcs this year. And then I've got the 50 States Challenge, which I've never seen anyone do this, but I kind of just came up with it. I got these stickers. It tells you what date the states were founded. I'm sorry, what year they were founded. So when I read a book that was based in, let's say, Connecticut, the Inheritance Games was based in Connecticut, and it was released in 2020. So that's why that's there. And then when I read it, I highlight it as well, just to have it stand out a little bit more. So far I've got this one, this one, this one, and it just goes on with all 50 states. So I try to keep up with this. I could probably update it again, and I'm sure I would probably find some more that I've read that need to go in here. But so far I've done pretty good with that. And then this year I added this as well as a DNF page. So I've DNF'd 3 books this year, and I didn't want to just let these just fade into the background, because that's what I did last year. And then I didn't even know which books I DNF'd because I was not tracking it in any type of way. So this year I am actually tracking it, and these are the books that I just did not finish. And then I've got this last page here, which is my stars for the month. I love this page. It's just so cute and aesthetically pleasing, and I messed it up with this little mark right here, and it's really irritating me, but there's nothing I can do about it. So it's just like in January, how many stars did I give each book? So I gave 3 books 5 stars, I gave 6 books 4 stars, I gave 2 books 3 stars, I gave 1 book 2 stars, and 0 1 star, and then the total amount of books that I read right there. So that's really cool. So I did all of those, and then it's like perfect because there's 6 on this page and 6 on this page, and I don't know, it's just such a cute little page. I love it. And then the only other thing I have in here is like a little mind dump page where I really needed to read a bunch of arcs and a bunch of library books that I had, so I just threw them all on here, and I've read all of them but 1, so I really need to get to this arc. It's my next one on the list that I'm gonna read, and then I continued on this page. And then the only last thing that's in here is I added this in here because I print off books and then I just have them in here, so for when I read them I have them ready to go. So that's it for my wrap of my book journal, and I hope you enjoyed my little flip through, and I will see you on my next video soon. Bye.